Welcome back to another episode of Projecting Grandeur. I'm your host, Ron Dichter. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being with us today. I have a bit of an unplanned topic today. I was driving this past weekend and I was in an area that I don't normally go, and they had this really large roundabout or traffic circle, however you want to call it, and it was a 3-lane traffic circle intersecting these two really large roads, and I thought, wow, that's very British of us to do that. And I got to the traffic circle, and I wasn't quite sure which exit I was taking off of it, just because, again, I had not been there before. And so I was in the inner circle and realized I needed to get off at the first off-ramp of the roundabout, and there was so much traffic I couldn't do it. And it felt like a scene from National Lampoon's European Vacation, where Chevy Chase was in the roundabout in London, and he kept saying Big Ben Parliament to his family because he couldn't get out of the inner circle to get to the turn lane that he needed to get off of the exit. And it made me think this weekend when I was driving through that, like, everything that we do in business is really analogous to something, in life. And I was thinking about some of the decisions that I've had to make in my own business in the last few weeks. And sometimes I feel like I don't make the decision right away. And I go, another day, another week, another month even, where I'm thinking about this thing, but I'm not actually making the decision to do it. And it really reminded me of being in that roundabout where, I was in that inner circle and I hadn't made the move to make it to the outer circle so that I could actually get off at my exit. And while at first glance that might seem like a bad thing, but what it actually allows you to do is really, think on it, decide whether, the thing that you want to do, whether it's an implementation, whether it's an execution thing, like, it allows you to have perspective. And as I was going around the roundabout the second time, I saw things in that roundabout, or I should say around the roundabout, that I didn't see the first time around. And it allowed me to have a more clear picture, at least in this situation, of how I'm going to get from this inner circle over 2 lanes to get off at the exit I needed. And business is very similar to that, where we have decisions that we are looking at, things that we're facing, challenges, opportunities, and we have to evaluate whether or not, it's worth pursuing. And I think if we think of things in that roundabout perspective, where, look, I've said in the past, and I stand by this, that, you've got to make a decision and commit to it. And, obviously you don't want to get stuck in analysis paralysis where you just overthink everything. However, having a clear view of what you're trying to accomplish, really taking in the different risk elements, the different opportunity elements, and deciding if it's the right thing, it doesn't have to happen overnight. And the more times I go around that roundabout, it allows me to have a different perspective, a different vantage point on what I'm looking to do, and to determine whether or not that thing is a good thing, or a bad thing. And it's goes back to that calculated risk episode that we did a few weeks back. And so as I got into that roundabout and I was thinking about kind of my own business and like opportunities that I have that I've been vacillating on, or threats that I've been evaluating and determining the severity of them, going around the roundabout again might give you a clearer picture of not only what you can do, but really how and what you should do. And so I guess the takeaway here in this unplanned segment is really about making sure that you look at all of the ways that you're going to evaluate threats and risks and opportunities in your business, and being able to really see the different paths, whiteboarding them out, as I like to say, whether that be literally or using some sort of software tool, or figuratively, but really, kind of evaluating each of those paths, what you hypothesize the outcome to be, good, bad, or indifferent, and then making a objective, well thought out decision in doing it. And so when you're sitting down, whether by yourself or with your team, and you're evaluating these things, think of it like a roundabout. Go through it one time, come up with your theory, and then take a step back and look at it again. And now you have a little bit more wisdom, or another turn around the roundabout that you didn't have before, and now think about it again. And then look at it and evaluate it, and maybe you want to go through a third time of the roundabout, or a fourth time. Like, the whole point here is that, the roundabout really can be analogous for our way to think about the challenges and opportunities that we face in our business, and really going past it once, twice, 3, 4 times to really make sure the decision that you're making is the most well thought out one. Doesn't mean it's always going to be right, but at least you have the best vantage point to decide if it does or doesn't make sense. So that's my advice today. A bit of a short one, a bit of an unplanned one, but think of the roundabout, think of the traffic circle as analogous into how you make decisions in your business, and use these as opportunities to evaluate and reevaluate before you put action in place on whether or not what you want to do makes sense, whether it's the right thing to do, and again, gives you that different perspective and vantage point as you're doing it. So keep on keeping on, folks. Go through that roundabout a couple times and make some good decisions for yourself and for your business. And please remember to like, comment, and most importantly, share this episode. We sell nothing on here. All we do is want to put out a good message and hope that it helps one of you every single day. So please share this with somebody you think might benefit. Have a great day. Thanks.